Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Capricorn for the month of August. Now do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and see what's coming forward for you here for this brand new month of August 2025. As always, I do hope you had an amazing July, and I hope that August is even better for you. All right, let's go ahead and get all of the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. All right. I think that's looking just about good enough to me for right now. All right. Interesting set of cards here, Capricorn. I'll be very interested to see how this reading unfolds for you. Energy on the bottom. You do have the Ace of Pentacles. So you love to see the Ace of Pentacles in a tarot reading. This can represent some sort of new financial start that some of you are looking to create or begin on in your life. The Ace of Pentacles is sort of like a seed energy, right? This can represent you planting a seed and seeing it grow into something huge, all right? This can also represent like, this card is also associated with like paperwork and documents, right? So signing off on documents, doing any sort of like formal paperwork that you may need to do, such as, you know, being accepted into a school or a university. This can mean like signing off on a mortgage, signing off on a car, these sorts of things, or just, you know, that type of stuff can show up with the Ace of Pentacles. But it's definitely a card you like to see. Some of you could be getting a new start here connected to your money situation in some way. It does seem like there's definitely, some of you are definitely in for a surprise here in this month of August. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised, okay? That is definitely something that I want to put forward for you here in this reading. I think some of you are going to be pleasantly surprised around something. There may be some communication or message that comes in here that you weren't expecting, okay, in this month. And yeah, they could definitely lead to something good for you. You have a very interesting set of cards here, so let's go ahead and dive in. So right away in the middle, you have the Star, okay? And the Star is definitely one of my favorite cards in the tarot, in that the Star can represent some sort of like wish fulfillment that comes forward for you in your life. So for some of you here, so some of you, if you've thrown a wish out to the universe, the Star may suggest that the universe is trying to bless you with that manifestation or that wish or that dream that you've been working towards in your life. This is also a great card for sort of this idea of like restoration or like recovery, okay? It's a good card for like if you've been nursing an injury or an illness, it can say that things are kind of turning a new page for you, right? Like you're turning around for you. Now, what's interesting here is you have the Tower and the Star. So the Tower is 16, the Star is 17, all right? So the Star is a very necessary card because the Tower can represent an upheaval, and the Star represents you kind of like being in this like period of recovery after something has maybe, after you've gone through something potentially difficult. And what I would also say is you may also be in the starlight, okay? And what I mean by that is I like to say that when the Star comes forward, it could mean that you're kind of like in front of people. It could mean that some of you here it's also like a social media card as well. So when I say like being in the starlight, you may be gaining an audience in some way, okay? So I'll try to expand on that if there are any more messages connected to that as well. That's just kind of like a side message that I wanted to put forward for you here. So let's go ahead and let's move into this first column. You have the Three of Cups, the Empress, and the Six of Cups. So it's kind of like bring this together. I think some of you, I think some of you here, you've really wanted to initiate some sort of new financial beginning in your life with the Ace of Pentacles. And the star may suggest that that is right around the corner for you here, okay? For sure. And it may happen in a surprising way as the Tower is there. So some of you may be kind of like working through, or some of you may be having some like health situations turn around, but I actually think that some of you have had like a financial dream, vision, or goal that could be coming in. And with the Empress is a card of abundance, okay? So this can really kind of manifest for you in a big way here in this month of August, right? Provided that you have sort of like done your due diligence and you've planted the seeds that you've wanted to plant in your life, the universe may be wanting you to receive some type of harvest, okay? Because in a traditional Empress card, the Empress is kind of like surrounded by a harvest. They're surrounded by like flowers and bushes and fruits and all of this sort of stuff. And all of that can represent abundance in the tarot. And so I think that some of you here, this is really what you've been kind of like maybe spending some time putting energy towards, is some sort of new financial start in your life. By the way, this could also be a new start in learning something with the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, it can indicate like education as well. Pentacles is not just about money, but it's also about like the education that you maybe take on in order to earn money as well. And so some of you here, maybe you're learning something new. There is some form of abundance that wants to show up, and this could feel like one of your wishes that you've had in life, or one of your dreams that you've had with the star in the middle. So it's a very positive kind of start here. Going back to this idea of like being in the starlight, you have the Three of Cups, right? So the Three of Cups, it does indicate other people, right? The Three of Cups, it can indicate your social circle, it can indicate groups of people, your friend group, and I do think like your network, okay? The threes typically involve networks, or the number three in the tarot, it can involve networks, or it can involve other people in one's life. And I see this here. I have a feeling that there is a group of you watching that is potentially interested in starting something like in terms of social media. Okay, let me know, comment below if this is something that you are maybe contemplating or thinking about here with this Three of Cups and the Star. Would not be surprised to hear that. You could find some success in starting that. How it turns out long term is to be determined, but in actually starting that, because of the influence of the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom, some of you could actually find success in that. You then here have the Six of Cups, which refers to the past. Okay, the Six of Cups, it can be your past patterns in life, like the things you experienced in your early experiences in life. But the Six of Cups, it can also represent the homeland as well, like the place you were born. And it may indicate memories of love. It's a retrograde card. We do have a retrograde until August 11th. And I've been just telling people that like it feels like a couple days before, a couple days after August 15th, things are really going to start picking up for people. So anyway, in the middle column, you have the Two of Cups, the Star, and the Queen of Pentacles here. Okay, so there is a love timeline here. Okay, there is a love timeline. And this upper row looks very, very good for singles here, or for people in relationships. And it feels more so like a singles energy, okay? I see more so like for the singles out there, if you're looking to meet someone, Three of Cups, you'll meet them through another person, like a friend of a friend. It feels like all of the earth signs have had a message like that, by the way. Okay, you're the last earth sign I'm doing. It seems like all the earth signs have had a message like that, but Three of Cups, friend group or other people. Two of Cups, significant partnership. Okay, it's two souls coming together in this lifetime. Two of Cups is a very, very strong love card. And then we'll get to it, but the Eight of Wands can represent communication or breakthroughs in that area. So you could be... you could even be meeting like a dream person here with the Star, the Two of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Again, this will probably come through other people that you know if you're single. I would also say that if there have been difficulties in relationships here with the Two of Cups, the Star, and the Tower, that situation could improve, okay? That situation could improve, and it may improve in unlikely ways. Like, you may just find a way to resolve differences, okay, if you're already in a partnership here. Now, on a different level, some of you may be going into partnership with yourself or union with yourself on an idea, okay? As you have the Ace of Pentacles. And in fact, I think prior to this reading here, some of you have gone into union or partnership with yourself around this wish, dream, vision, or goal that you have here with the star. And you may be at a critical point here where things are starting to turn around for you. Things are progressing. You then have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is all about your habits and routines. You could be showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, by the way, here, for sure. The Queen of Pentacles could be any earth sign. But, the Queen of Pentacles asks you to take a look at your habits and your routines and see which ones are working, see which ones are not working. Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's move into the final column here. You have the Eight of Wands, the Tower, and the High Priestess. All right, so this is a really interesting combination of cards here. Eight of Wands and the Tower is definitely something that I like to see. This is surprise communication or surprise breakthrough in one's life, okay? Eight of Wands, communication, things pushing forward, things pushing ahead, or communication from a distance, okay? So this would be phone calls, text messages, letters, emails, these sorts of things, and it's surprising you a bit, okay? It's surprising you a bit. And by a bit, maybe I mean a lot, because the Tower is typically a shock or an upheaval in one's life. It could be a revelation or a big kind of change that's going on here. What's nice is you're sort of like protected, so to speak, in this reading because the star is next to the Tower, okay? So if there is an upheaval, if there is a shock, it feels like it's probably something that is generally going to be pretty good for you because of the influence of the Tower and because I need to, as the reader, blend the meaning of these cards, especially in a nine card spread, right? One card doesn't make a reading in the 9-card spread. So for some of you, it does feel like this is all tying back to me. It feels like some sort of wish or vision that you've had about a new start. And for many, it will be around some sort of financial new start that you've been looking to plant or seed, financial new start or seed that you've been looking to plant or start. And or also around learning something like going back and actually getting a certification or going back to formal university, something along these lines. I see some of you signing off on paperwork and documents here with the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. This may come in from a distance, okay, so through the email, excuse me, or like from a letter, something like this is showing up. You then have the High Priestess. High Priestess can indicate desirability, typically in relationships, actually, when you get the High Priestess, especially with the Two of Pentacles and the Star. Actually, these cards are both like kind of like desirable cards in relationships. High Priestess may also indicate secrets or maybe even something hidden, okay, with the Tower and the High Priestess that may be revealed for you here in this month ahead. Yeah, something may be revealed for you as well in this month ahead. Why don't we go ahead and let's take a look at the Oracle cards, and then we'll move into clarifying this reading even more with by pulling some additional tarot cards for you. All right, so let's see what Oracle cards are coming in for you here, Capricorn. Okay. Energy on the bottom. You have Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. So the Empress is the mother of the tarot. You now have this Mother Earth card. Could this connect to a family member? It could. It could, as you have the Six of Cups there as well. Okay, you have the Six of Cups there as well, which can refer, it is a family card in some respects. You then here have the Windsor, take care of your needs. Sun, enjoy success and happiness. I love to see that for you. As well as Shaman, trust in higher forces. It does feel like it's right around the corner for you, this Sun card. It feels like it's right around the corner with the Star, the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun. Yeah. Okay, you then have summer, bask in joy and light. For many people in the world, it is summertime. Okay, so I like that this is showing up here in this month of August reading. For you, you have Elder, there it is, move beyond ancestral patterns, as well as Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. All right, so the Elder card here is significant with the Six of Cups and then this idea of Mother Earth, the Empress. This can refer to your elders here in this reading, you know, and also just the patterns that you've picked up early in your situation in your life, or yeah, the patterns that you're still holding on to here. I'm very curious about that because I wasn't necessarily getting that in the initial reading. So why don't we go ahead and see what's going forward here, coming forward here for you as in that regards, as well as in regards to the rest of the reading. So we'll go ahead and pull some more tarot cards for you here, Capricorn. Now, as always, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you, Capricorn. All right. Let's see what we have. Okay, you have the Ten of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Hermit. Ten of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Hermit. Okay. So we've got the Two of Cups twice. I definitely like this for you. Yeah. It seems like the relationship stuff is pretty significant in this reading. The sort of like curveball, is the way I would describe it for me as the reader, is the Ten of Swords and the Tower here, right? So Ten of Swords falling on the Three of Cups, kind of blending and connecting into this Two of Cups is interesting because usually I would read that as like maybe a falling out that you have with somebody, okay? Maybe a falling out, but that you have with someone, or something that like happens in a way that you weren't expecting it in the relationship. But for you, this seems so positive that I think what's going on is there is an end to something from your past, okay? And I think that I'm really talking to the singles here, okay? But as that thing ends, you are opening yourself up for a new start with someone, okay? And you're bringing someone new into your life, okay? There's definitely something that is being released, okay? Whether you're here for love or you're single or you're not single, you're here for business or work or money, whatever it is, there's something that is being released here, okay, in this month of August for you with this Ten of Swords and the Three of Cups. And it may be, it may be another person that was present in your life in some way. With the Three of Cups and the Ten of Swords, that could certainly be the case. That could certainly be the case as well. So what I mean by that is like maybe there's like some friendship breakup, or there's like a relationship that you have, whether romantic or non-romantic, familial or not familial, that needs to be released here in some way. But it feels like the universe is trying to tell you that this is probably, should I say, for your highest good, okay? Potentially. Let's see what else I'm getting here for this. Now, there could be a really abundant, because the thing is, as the reader here, I see a really abundant partnership that is showing up, okay? But it's almost like there's some releasing around first, that's happening first, before that actually fully blooms and blossoms for you, okay? There's some sort of releasing that's happening here. But I see a really abundant partnership. And again, I did say that in this first part of the reading that some of you may be going into partnership with yourself. So that could also be what is, showing up as abundant here. You then have the Hermit card, okay? Some of you spending some time in isolation to analyze and to look at the patterns that have led you to this point, or the patterns that you've picked up. Let's see what else we have. We have the Six of Wands, we have the Four of Swords, and also the Three of Swords. Okay, so the Three of Swords is a separation card. It is falling on the Queen of Pentacles. And yeah, it just feels like there is like a dual, there are two things happening at the same time here. Okay, this is a hard concept for people to understand, but you can understand it. It's just hard to kind of wrap your brain around it unless you've really worked hard to do this, to view life in this way. But it is very often the case that two things can be true at the same time. Two things can be happening at the same time. And on one hand, it's like there's an ending, a severance, or a releasing that's going on. And on the other hand, there is also a beautiful, abundant partnership that wants to form. And that partnership, it may be with yourself, okay? And it also may be with another person. So there is some serious releasing here, and the cards are just giving me double and triple, quadruple confirmations here in this reading as I look at the clarifications. Take all the time that you need to rest and recover this month, okay, with the Star and the Four of Swords, provided, of course, that you are getting the things that you need to get done. But the Star and the Four of Swords, these are really rest and recovery cards. These are healing cards. And I think that I also see many of you here in deep thought and deep contemplation with the Four of Swords and the Hermit. You then here have the Six of Wands with the Two of Cups. Six of Wands is a victory in the tarot, and it is also a social media card. Call back to way at the beginning of this reading here. I talked about some of you could find some success here online, just generally with the Star, the Eight of Wands, and the Six of Wands. I actually think that that could be a significant timeline for you. I view this as a social media card because this person's in front of a crowd. They're being paraded through the crowd, and they're achieving success. So I definitely like that for you as well. You then, excuse me, have the Nine of Wands, you have the Strength card, and you also have the Moon. Okay, there is something hidden, okay? There's something hidden here. Something you don't see. There's a surprise waiting for you here in this month of August. That is pretty confident on that. I'm pretty confident on that, okay? The Moon and the High Priestess in and of itself can represent surprises or hidden, something that's hidden here. Sorry, not surprises, but something that's hidden here. And the Tower can be a surprise, okay, right? So you kind of get the idea. Something coming to light here for you with the Moon, the High Priestess, and the Tower. And I would like you as the reader to not be stressed about this because you are, in a way, as I said before, protected, not only because the Star is there, but also now as the Strength card is here, which is all about willpower, fortitude, strength, courage, ability, and specifically ability to handle whatever task is in front of you or whatever mountain that you have to overcome or climb over. You have that ability here in this month. So I still think the surprise is going to be a pretty pleasant surprise, okay? I'm still of the belief that that is the case here in this reading, but it is definitely could be a shocker, okay? It could be a shocker here because you actually currently don't see it with the Moon and the High Priestess. You then have the Nine of Wands with the Eight of Wands. I like that progression of cards here, 8 into 9, but the Nine of Wands says that it's time to dig in. And for many of you, this will be like realizing some sort of new start or beginning here. On the bottom, you have the Five of Swords. Okay, yeah, there's something being cut out here. Okay, there's something that's being released. Okay, I feel that pretty strongly. Pretty strong feeling about that. With the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords, Five of Swords. You know, this is why we go through and clarify. Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and, speaking of that, let's go ahead and take a look at the Kipper cards for you. All right. You have High Honor, Mature Woman, Thief, Poverty, Child, and Pathway. Okay, so actually I want to get a clarification on this. There is a family timeline here, okay? With the Child card, we had the some Oracle cards suggesting that, like the Elder card, and then also the Six of Cups, the Empress. There's some sort of like family situation here. I think it's connected to your childhood, okay? With the Child card that's showing up. And I think that there's a real opportunity for you to heal through something. Mature woman could also be the mother, potentially. Maybe that's referring to you, or it could be referring to your own as well with the Empress there, okay? But you're kind of done, like, I'm getting this message of stolen time, okay? You're tired of, like, there was some stolen time, okay, with the Thief card, and you're completely over that, okay? Like, whatever is, either currently stealing your time or whatever in the past you feel like was there was some stolen time in the past, like this is something that you're progressing past, okay? This is something that you're moving forward on. This may take a little bit of time with the pathway card, but the Great Fortune card would suggest and indicate that you are really, really blessed here in the future. Capricorn, this is what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.